Hey there, artists! Today we are going to make our Chicka Chicka Boom Boom tree. In your packet, you should have received some art materials. The first thing you're going to do is find your sentence. Your sentence says, my name is, I have blank letters in my name. So with your pencil, write your name as neatly as you can. So I'm going to write, my name is Mrs. Irwin. And then I have to count how many letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 letters in my name. Now I need to cut around the rectangle. So using my scissors safely, thumb facing up, I'm going to cut out my rectangle. Now make sure, Kinder Bees, you have a pencil, scissors, and glue for our art project today. I am going to cut around that rectangle. Just like that. My name is Mrs. Irwin. I have 8 letters in my name. Now I'm going to glue it onto my blue paper. And I'm going to put glue on the white piece because remember, that is the little piece. And then I'm going to glue it down. And some of it is going to hang a bit over, and that's okay. No problem. Now I'm going to use these green strips. They're going to be the leaves. Okay, so first I'm going to fold it in half like this, okay? Now, the rest of the project, we do not need any scissors. The rest is going to be tear art with your fingers. Are you ready? These are going to be the leaves. So I am going to start and tear. Now remember, no 2 leaves are alike. So if they look a little different, that's okay. Yours do not have to look like mine. I'm going to tear, 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 tear all the way around the rectangle. And even on this side. So that after I tear, I should have 2 leaves. Now, if you'd like, you can also kind of look around and be like, I want mine a little more rounded. And you can round it like this, okay? Now remember, little tears. If you tear too fast or too big, it's not going to turn around. So watch me again really closely and see at my little tears. Remember, I'm going to fold it in half and then start with my little tears. Do you see how one hand is here holding the paper steady? And this is my tearing hand. I'm using these 2 fingers to do teeny, 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 teeny little tears. Very slowly. Again, if I go too fast, it's not going to look nice. Just like that. All the way around so that when I'm done, I should have 4 leaves all together. Now in my packet, I did not have brown paper. So I'm hoping at home, my friends, you have some brown paper. If not, you might have to do what Mrs. Irwin's going to do. I'm going to color some of my paper, but first I'm just using plain white paper and I'm just going to tear nice and slowly my paper. Now, if your packet had brown paper, use the brown paper for this, of course. But my packet did not have brown paper. Okay, so I'm going to decide, do I want it to be this way or this way? I think I'm going to tear this and leave this part as my trunk maybe, and just tear a teensy bit off the top. Okay, now because mine did not come with brown paper, I'm going to have to color mine with brown marker or brown pencil. If yours did not come with brown, you can do the same thing. I'm just using plain white paper, and in fact on the other side It was scratch paper. I used it for something else. Okay, so I'm just doing mine really quickly, but you're going to get your trunk that you've already colored and crunch it up, because the trunk of the coconut tree is looks a little bit rough and wrinkly, right? So I want to give that image to my trunk. So look at how rough and wrinkly it looks. Now remember, I still need to finish coloring neatly, but I just wanted to do it real quick so I could give you a good look at it. Now I'm going to put glue on the back. Remember, we don't want to put glue on the blue paper because then extra glue might get on it and it'll stick to things. So we always want to put glue on the little piece. Okay, so there's the glue, and I'm going to put it down and glue it onto my blue paper on top of my sentence, just like this. Now remember, when I'm done, I have to go back and color really neatly. Okay, then you're going to take your 4 leaves, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to glue those on. Watch how I glue them first before you start to glue. Remember, if you need to stop the video, you can. Okay, so if I'm going too fast, just stop the video and do your step and then start it again. Hit play so that you can see my video. That way you can go as slowly as you need to, okay? And I'm just going to glue these green branches onto the top of my coconut tree. Now, of course, Kinder Bees, it can be any way you'd like because all trees look a little bit different. There's no 2 trees that are exactly the same. And notice, Kinder Bees, I put glue on the whole thing so that it really sticks. And I like to push down on the whole page and that whole piece while I am gluing, so that way it really stays down and I know it's gonna stay down. Okay, now I'm going to put the lid on my glue to make sure it stays nice and moist. And let me show you what this looks like so far. So I put my 4 kind of like an X, but you don't have to. You can do it the way you'd like that makes you happy. So test it out maybe before you glue it on. Now, if you have any extra brown paper, like I just colored a little bit of brown at the bottom, you can tear that, and I'm going to make a couple little coconuts. So I think I'm gonna fold my paper in half like this. So I have a little, just torn paper, and I'm going to kind of curl it around so that it looks like a coconut. Now again, remember, coconuts are round, but they're not perfect. So if yours is not perfect, like mine's kind of a little squarish at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see? It's kind of squarish. That's okay, right? Because no 2 coconuts are exactly the same. So you can do it any way you'd like. Now, this is called chip and dip. Remember, when you have your chips and salsa and you dip it in and eat it up, you hold the chip and you dip it in the dip. So we're going to pretend our little pieces, when they're real little like this, it's hard to glue, right? So I'm